Have you ever scrolled through social media and noticed something? Some people post everything, every meal, every moment, every selfie. But then there are others who barely post at all. No vacation photos, no mirror selfies, no birthday pictures, just silence. And if you look closely, you'll notice something fascinating. The people who don't post their photos online are often the most emotionally mature, the most secure, and the wisest in the room. So what do they know that the rest of us are still learning? Let's start with something uncomfortable. In a world where everyone is constantly performing, not posting has become an act of rebellion. But it's not rebellion for attention. It's rebellion for something deeper. Peace. Think about what happens when you post a photo online. You take the picture, you edit it, you write the caption, you hit post, and then what? You wait, you check for likes, you refresh the page, you read the comments, and without even realizing it, you've just handed a piece of your self-worth over to strangers. That photo, that moment, that version of you is no longer just yours. It's public property, and once it's out there, people will judge it, interpret it, ignore it, or praise it. But here's the thing, none of that has anything to do with you. It has everything to do with them. Psychologists have a term for this. It's called external validation. And while it feels good in the moment, studies show that people who rely heavily on external validation for their self-esteem report higher levels of anxiety, depression, and emotional instability. In other words, the more you need others to confirm your worth, the less stable your sense of self becomes. Mature people understand this. They've learned, often the hard way, that real confidence doesn't come from likes. It comes from knowing who you are when no one is watching. But there's more to it than just self-esteem. There's also the issue of privacy, and this is where maturity really shows itself. Mature people understand that not everything needs to be shared. In fact, the most meaningful parts of life, the quiet moments, the private victories, the intimate connections, those are often the things that lose their magic the moment you try to capture them for an audience. Think about it. Have you ever been somewhere beautiful, pulled out your phone to take a picture, and suddenly realized you're not actually experiencing the moment anymore? You're performing it. You're thinking about the angle, the lighting, the caption. You're already imagining how it will look on your feed. And in doing so, you've removed yourself from the present. You're no longer there. You're already thinking about how others will see you being there. Mature people have done this enough times to realize it's a trade they're no longer willing to make. They'd rather live the moment than perform it. Then there's the issue of energy. Posting on social media is exhausting. It doesn't feel that way at first because the dopamine hit from likes and comments masks the drain. But think about the process. You have to curate your life. You have to present a version of yourself that's palatable, aspirational, relatable, but not too relatable. You have to manage your image. And the truth is, that takes energy, mental energy, emotional energy, energy that could be spent on things that actually matter. Mature people have reached a point in life where their energy is precious. They're not interested in maintaining a persona. They're interested in living authentically. And authenticity, real authenticity, doesn't perform well on social media because real life is messy, it's complicated, it's boring sometimes, it's deeply personal, and it doesn't translate into a caption or a photo that gets likes. So they opt out, not because they're hiding, but because they're done pretending. Now let's talk about another layer, control. When you don't post your photos online, you control your narrative. You decide who gets access to your life and how much they see. This is a form of power that's often underestimated. In a world where everyone overshares, the person who shares nothing becomes a mystery, and there's strength in that. Mystery isn't about being secretive or cold. It's about boundaries. It's about understanding that you don't owe anyone a window into your life. Studies in psychology show that people with strong boundaries report higher levels of life satisfaction and emotional well-being. They're not trying to please everyone. They're not trying to be seen by everyone. They've learned that the opinions of strangers are irrelevant to their sense of self, and that takes years to internalize. Young people still crave visibility. They still need to be seen, validated, included. But mature people have moved past that. They've realized that being invisible to the masses is not the same as being insignificant. In fact, it's often the opposite. Here's something else worth considering. The people who don't post their photos are often protecting something sacred, their relationships, their peace of mind. their sense of self. Because once you put something online, it's no longer just yours. It becomes fodder for judgment, comparison, and misinterpretation. And mature people value their inner peace too much to risk it for a few likes. Think about the person who posts every detail of their relationship, the cute couple photos, the love notes, the inside jokes. It looks happy from the outside, but often, the more someone performs their happiness online, the less secure they feel in private. It's almost as if they need the audience to validate that what they have is real. But mature people know that real love doesn't need an audience. Neither does real joy, or real success, or real anything. The things that matter most are felt, not posted. And then there's the issue of comparison. Social media is a comparison trap. Even if you're not posting, just scrolling can mess with your head. But when you do post, you're entering the arena. You're inviting comparison. And no matter how confident you are, there will always be someone with a better photo, a better life, a better something. Mature people have learned that the game is rigged. The only way to win is not to play. So what does all of this mean? It means that not posting your photos online isn't about being antisocial or disconnected. It's about being wise. It's about understanding that your life doesn't need an audience to be valuable. It's about protecting your peace, your privacy, and your sense of self from a world that's constantly trying to commodify all three. If you're someone who doesn't post their photos, you're not missing out. You're opting into something better. You're choosing presence over performance, privacy over validation, peace over noise. And that's not just wise, it's one of the most mature things you can do. If this resonated with you, you'll want to see what we uncover next. Subscribe so you don't miss it. We explore the kind of psychology that actually explains you,